Hey guys, it's TsubakiSwagg and I am coming to you with a review of Attack on Titan episode 18, Forest of the Giant Trees. And pretty much it picks up where episode 17 left off at, when Armin, Reiner, and Jean are fighting the female Titan. And pretty much, long story short, they're sitting in a field and Jean and Armin's horse got either ran off or something happened to them during the fight with Annie, so the only horse they have left is Reiner's, and they're trying to figure out who's going to stay and the other two leave so they can try to get help, because not all three of them can fit on a horse, of course. So while they're talking, Armin pretty much volunteers himself to stay, and when he's just about to tell Reiner to tell Commander Erwin who he thinks the female Titan is and why she's coming after Eren, Krista rides up and pretty much they all fawn over her because she has Jean and Armin's horse. But as soon as she comes up and like the sun comes out and birds sing, and they all just pretty much like, oh my god, I want to marry her. Long story short, and I'm surprised that their noses didn't start bleeding. Maybe that's only what the worst parts in the animes. But anyways, pretty much they ride off, like she helps them and they ride off and they see green rounds shot off, which means that they're just going to change course and they're going to continue on the mission even though so much has happened. And as they are turned off course, it cutscene to where I believe it's where Captain Levi is, and they're pretty much talking about what's going on, and a messenger comes up and tells them that the recon team in the right flank is pretty much wiped out and the whole recon operation is inoperative now because pretty much everybody is gone in that flank. And Eren starts to freak out because he knows that Armin is in that general area, but he's not absolutely sure. He thinks that, well, he's pretty sure that Armin is in the group that should be closer to the center, so hopefully there's nothing wrong with him is what he's thinking. But pretty much that's pretty much what happens, and Captain Levi tells Petra to go tell the others what's going on and that they're changing course. And then it cuts scene to where the commander is, and the commander pretty much tells them to head towards the forest. But then they show the female Titan going through a village, and there are 4 people around her, 3 of them attached to her, and one of them stays on a horse, and the 3 people that are attached to her, she pretty much stomps on 2 of them, and the one that was attached to her back, she picked him up and started swinging him, pretty much like a little toy, and then she threw him and he just went flying. And I have to say the female Titan is probably the most hardcore of the 4 Titans. And she's probably maybe my favorite of the 4 Titans, I guess because she's a girl, but then that would be kind of sexist. But anyways, the female Titan, okay, the man that's on the horse rides off and tries to get help, and as soon as he makes it right outside the village over the bridge, she pretty much field goal kicks him, and he flies up in the air and they see him. Well, 2 other people on horses see him, so they ride towards her and they cut scene. And then it cuts scene to where the commander is, and he's going towards the forest, and he pretty much tells everybody to tell the rest of the operation to the middle flank to go through the forest and the outsides to go around the forest, so that way only the middle part of the formation goes through the forest. And everybody really doesn't understand why only part of the flank is going through the forest, because the middle flank can't protect themselves, because the parts that are supposed to be protecting them is going around the outside of the forest, and the back part of the flank is going to stay at the edge of the forest to make sure that no Titans come in after them, which really doesn't make any sense to me, and it didn't make any sense to anybody else, but that's what Commander Erwin says, so they had to follow their orders. And pretty much, long story short, they're going through the forest, and the people like Armin and Reiner and Jean and everybody else that is sitting outside the forest, well, in the trees on the outskirts of the forest, are pretty much, they don't know what to do, they're not sure what they should do, and they're not understanding why Erwin is telling just the middle people to go through the forest while the rest of the people go around. And while they are riding through the forest, they cut to where Eren and Captain Levi and everybody else is riding through the middle, and they're not understanding. Eren pretty much keeps asking Captain Levi why they're going through the middle of the forest and everybody else is going around the outside, and I honestly don't think that Levi really had an answer. But he pretty much wanted to give Eren a hard time, and I can understand that because I honestly do think that Levi still kind of holds a grudge towards Eren. I don't know why, but pretty much after he tells him that, Eren is sitting and thinking about what Levi said, and then he turns around and looks at everybody else, and everybody else is pretty much thinking the same thing that Eren is thinking. And he pretty much knows that Levi doesn't know what's going on either, and he's really not sure about what's going on. And then out of nowhere, the female Titan comes up, and she is pretty much like taking down everybody that is getting in her way. And she pretty much just like stomps on everybody. But as she is running towards them, Eren and everybody else keeps asking Captain Levi what they need to do, to give them orders, because he's supposed to be the captain and he's just pretty much riding while the female Titan is catching up to them. And then it pretty much, Levi tells everybody to cover their ears, and when he goes to shoot off around, the episode ends. So I think pretty soon we're going to figure out who the female Titan is, and I think that something bad is going to happen. Either the female Titan is going to catch up to Eren, or they're going to figure out what to do and she's going to reveal herself, or she might just get revealed by Armin. I'm not absolutely sure, but I would love to hear what y'all have to say about it. So just put anything that you have to say, or who you might know. If you know who it is, if you read the anime, if you read the mangas, do not spoil it, because I hate it when people spoil who or what something is. If you know who the female Titan is, do not tell anybody. If you know who any of the Titans are besides Eren, do not tell anybody. Do not put it in the comments. I will delete the comment. But anything else, if you have any questions or anything, I'd be glad to answer them, and I would love to hear what y'all have to say about it. So just put them down in the comment bar, and I will try to get to as many as I can. But this is TsubakiSwagg saying adios.